OMT Online Dynasty, we are back after a little mid-season vacation here, and we find ourselves in week 6. Now for ODU, we really haven't missed a ton. Week 4 was a bye week for us. Week 5, we unfortunately had to give away a conference victory to Delaware, and in week 6, it looks like we're going to have a forced win against Navy, so that's going to put us at 3-2 on the season. But there has been plenty of action elsewhere throughout the league, and that is what we are going to be spending some time on, trying to get ourselves a little bit caught up with some games of the week from weeks 4. I was going to say 5, but actually we're going to have 2 from week 6 and 0 from week 5. That was just a lot of CPU games in there. Nothing really that seemed all that interesting. So for this one, we are going to flash back to week 4, our matchup with Fresno State. Our guy DaFreaky Rican on Twitch, Miguel, took over late in the season last year, quickly turned Fresno around into a contender, knocking off the top 2 teams from the Mountain West at the end of last season. And somebody we're pretty familiar with how he plays. He does stream on Twitch quite a bit, so I think we'll have some insights we can share on what makes him so dang good. I mean, he's definitely one of the top players in this dynasty. He just won a national championship in a different dynasty with the guys like that are the number 3 on the road to the college football playoff leaderboard. Is the guy he actually beat to win that title. So Miguel, very, very good. Going up against Taxi Cab, the Rice Owl, somebody who we haven't really seen play at all. And I was very, very impressed by him in this game. So I did see this one already. Of course, this is taped way afterwards. I'm not going to go over conference standings or anything because that's going to spoil who ends up winning this one. But I will note right now we do have 3, potentially 4 openings. I'm not sure what's happening with Navy, but our 3 for sure openings we have right now in the American Conference, the Toledo Rockets. Conference USA, we have USF, and in Sun Belt, we have UAB. So if anybody watching this is interested in hopping into this dynasty, potentially be featured on a game of the week, all you have to do is hop into the Discord. It is in the link tree down in the description below. Let me know that you're interested. You can take one of those teams. Then once we get to the off season, you have the chance to move around. So you're not just stuck with Toledo for however long we end up running this dynasty. But all of that covered, let's take a look at the depth charts of the 2 teams we'll be featuring here today. First, Fresno State. They will be in the Notre Dame offense, the multiple defense, and we will see why. He loves his 5-2 on defense, and I think there's a few things maybe that can help anybody potentially. I'm not going to try to give away everything, but there are a few things I think that could help if you've got Fresno State coming up on your schedule. But let's just focus on the depth chart first. And this is definitely where he has fallen behind a little bit in terms of the recruiting and transfer portal from end of year 1 into year 2. Only a 70 overall, 71 offense, 69 defense, 75 overall quarterback Jaden Mandel, resistance step up, fine, nothing too great. It's kind of what we're going to see across the board here with Fresno. Halfback, 76 overall, 90 speed. This is definitely one of the main guys we got to worry about when we're going against Fresno State. He loves his Texas routes on these halfbacks. Just make sure you're keeping an eye on the halfback, specifically Texas routes, and then playmakers from there. At wide receiver, I mean, we're still not looking that bad. 80 overall, 91 speed, another 90 speed with 360 and sidestep, a couple of 88 speed, so it's definitely not good, but we have seen much worse. much worse. In tight end, this backup one always makes me laugh. Tight end number 75, obviously an offensive lineman converted to tight end, it would appear. 68 speed on the 6'7", 290-pound tight end, but he does find his way onto the field here a little bit. Offensive line, we'll just kind of skip past that. On his defensive line, we have Demarion White, a quick jump. Always good to see those. We know we love our quick jumps. Other than that, not a whole heck of a lot. Workhorse and a grip breaker. Workhorse, everybody, every team's D tackles, just workhorse. Now, with him running that 5-2, having good linebackers is very, very important for that. And he's got some pretty solid ones. I mean, CJ Lake, for a freshman to be 74 overall, 81 speed, is going to be very good in a defense like 5-2. Kavion Thunderbird, such a good name. Silver Knockout, 80 speed. Now, I'm not entirely sure what 2 linebackers are in 5-2. I think it's your Mikes, but I could be wrong about that. I guess we'll find out soon enough, because spoiler alert, he runs a lot of 5-2 in this one as well. Now, his corners are not the best. This is definitely a big weak spot for Fresno State, considering they're running a ton of man blitzes, something you might be able to take advantage of when you're going against the Bulldogs. Safeties, again, nothing special, nothing terrible, doing fine. Kind of sums up the squad across the board now. I mentioned, yeah, he's Notre Dame offense, multiple defense. I'll mention that probably in the game too, because I think a lot of people probably skip this stuff. Anyway, going to the Rice Owls, the home team in this big early season matchup. Like I said, our guy Taxi Cab impressed me a lot in this game. The team has been very solid, been performing very, very well. We see is that the exact same 70 overall, 71 offense, 69 defense? Or that might have been flipped. But either way, around the exact same ballpark as we saw with the Fresno State squad. So a Johnny Shepard looks awesome, right? 84 overall, playing up to an 87, 89 speed. Great abilities. I'm still not sure what happens, but at some point in this game, he just kind of disappears. I don't think he was ever officially injured. I don't know what happens, but it's nice to have a good backup like Chase Jenkins who can step in here. Still playing up to an 80 overall, 85 speed, still some solid abilities there. But Shepard looks like a dog. It's too bad. Whatever happened in that game, eventually he just disappears. And there's no explanation as to why. But at halfbacks, we're looking really good here with Rice. Quentin Jackson, 81 overall, 92 speed, shifty, sidestep, 360, armbar. Fantastic set of abilities. Having gold armbar on a 5'7", 162 pound running back is hilarious, by the way. And then Taji Atkins as his backup halfback. Recoup, sidestep, 360, another 91 speed, another little guy, 5'7", 183. We like that with Devin Roche at ODU. We'll see if Rice is going to be able to take advantage. I don't know how to phrase that, but see how he likes having those teeny tiny little running backs in there. Now at wide receiver, again, looking pretty solid. It's surprising their overalls are so similar because it seems like Rice has got a pretty solid team cooking here. Artis Cole at wide receiver, 84 overall, 91 speed. Our guy, Drayden Dickman, NCAA 25 legend. They kind of nerfed him a little bit in this game, but he still found his way back up to 94 speed as a redshirt junior with sidestep and takeoff. You'd think this guy could be a pretty big weapon against some cover zero man stuff. We'll see what Rice ends up doing. Like I said, I know like the final score of the game. I know how the general flow of the game goes. I don't remember a ton of specific stuff because it was a while ago. Looking pretty okay at tight end, a little bit slow, but we do have an 85 speed in the wings. I'm guessing he's just redshirting him this year or something like that. Defensively, pocket disruptor, workhorse, hammer. So many defensive linemen with workhorse. It's preposterous, just everywhere. Everywhere. There's so many workhorses all over the field. Now, Rice is going to be in the Oregon State offense in this game in the base 3-4. And yes, my daughter is here. If you heard her just talking, it's just the way it goes sometimes. Solid Sam linebacker here, though, with Joe Chavez. 85 speed, 6'1", 190. Okay, we like that. Good Mike linebacker here as well. DJ Arkansas. Now, that name is familiar. I can't remember where he transferred from, though. But 81 overall, 84 speed. Hammer. Solid linebacker group, kind of all around here with Rice. Corners, a little slow, but manageable. That'll be fine. We saw Fresno doesn't have a ton of speed at wide receiver, so we should be okay there. 74 overall, a little slow at free safety, a little slow at strong safety. So that is how these teams match up on paper. On the field, we got to watch the Texas route of Fresno. We'll just talk about it when we get into the game. What are we babbling for? Let's just hop into it. Fresno State heading to Rice, week 4. Jump back in time a little bit. Game of the week. Let's get to it. And here we go, the Rice Owls, the classic silver and blue, taking the field here in Houston, Texas. Yeah, they're in Houston. Yeah. Let's just jump right on ahead here. We don't need to see the full intro. Here come the Fresno State Bulldogs. And here we go, after kickoff. This is all going to be from Rice's perspective, by the way. He was the only one who still had his VOD on, so thank you for that, Mr. Taxicab. But both teams 3-0 coming into this. So the Oregon State offense of Rice, and right away we are going to see Fresno State coming out in that 5-2 defense, which can be such a gigantic pain. It is unbelievable. So Rice coming out in a little bit of corner strike to get us started here, and takes one too many adjustments, takes that little false start, which is just such an annoying thing in the game, but it is in the game. Staying in bunch A strong offset, it looks like. Probably going back to corner strike against this 5-2. Yep, and it's nice you can block the tight end. That definitely helps a lot. I'm going to try not to pause too much, but I'm going to a little bit. But we can see here, we're still blocking 6, right, with our 5 down linemen. This tight end, we're in base blocking. But this is the guy we got to worry about. Because in this 5-2, he is almost always going to be sending 6. Miguel is. Fresno State is. And there are plays that can send either one of the linebackers, but when he takes this user over here and brings him down in here, we can assume this guy is blitzing. So we got to do a half slide. We got to do something to make sure that this guy is getting picked up, that our 6 blockers are picking up these 6 guys, because this guy's blitzing 100% guaranteed. Guaranteed. Here he comes. Actually gets a little chipped by the halfback, so we just take the little dump down there to Quentin Jackson. Gets a nice, I mean, we'll take 3 on that. That could be much worse. Coming back up to the line now, audibling around, going to some Y off trio close potentially. Just going with the run, getting that run blocking set up. Again, he's moving that linebacker on the right, so I'm assuming that guy on the left is blitzing. And Miguel does a very good job. Oh, that's right. I remember him. He pass commit on this one. So there goes Quentin Jackson almost all the way to the house against that Fresno State pass commit. 54-yard rush, setting Rice up inside the red zone after only 2 plays. Pretty dang good start for the Owls. See what we're going to cook up here. A little return route on the tight end with a verticals. Potentially had the tight end, but still able to dump it down to the backup halfback, Taji Atkins, killing him over the middle. It's been all halfback so far for Rice, which is a good thing to do against a defense like this, because usually this is going to be his user, the one responsible for your halfback. But what I was saying earlier is that Fresno State does a very good job of adjusting out of these same plays. They're all going to look the same if you look at the previous play, but a lot of times, touchdown. By the way, Quentin Jackson, just halfback, attack, touchdown, Rice Owls. But yeah, the plays will look the same when you look at the previous play, but there's a lot of different stuff going on, and we'll call out examples as they come up, because that's going to be on offense and on defense. But just what an opening drive there by Rice, being able to pick up that pressure, get rid of that ball quick, get it to those halfbacks, making things happen. So what we're going to see right away here from Fresno, normal Y off. Very similar, I mean, he's going to come out in this a lot. 2 receivers to the left, tight end and wide receiver to the right. What we've got to watch here, if we're trying to play defense against Fresno, a seam here, Texas route here. That's kind of our main defensive keys here. And a thing I kind of want to pay attention to as the game goes on is if we can try to notice by how many hot routes he does. He seam left, seam right, Texas route. And against the cover 3, that's just 100. One of those 2 is going to get open. But a thing I want to see a lot, or see throughout this game, is if we can notice what hot routes he's doing. See, he's coming out in the seam F angle. He's already got these streaks, and then he puts another streak here. But what he also likes to do a lot is put some comeback routes on his outside guys. So I'm curious to see if we can notice if he makes 2 hot routes out to his left, because one is going to be the streak here on Y. Sometimes it will be a drag, but sometimes he keeps it in out. But if we see 2 hot routes to the left, I think it's safe to assume streak's going to be here, comeback is going to be here. So I don't know. That's just kind of something I want to see if we can ever really notice. Because that is the thing he'll do. He loves to hot route that slot receiver on the left and move some things around. So we'll see if we can notice. See, there's a hot route coming to the right. So that's making me think. I was wondering if that was a comeback over there on the right, but that looked like pretty much the same thing. Again, going to that tight end up the seam. Still, number one thing we got to watch here is going to be those seams. And then the Texas route, and then the comebacks. Annoying offense to go, but what I love that Rice is doing is he has set his shell. I think that is also going to be very important. Just in general, I think more people need to do this. I think everybody, honestly, should be doing this, because it just makes offense so much harder if you don't know what kind of defense they're coming in. So then we had the comeback over there on the left. So this is, I was going to see if we can see the hot routes that I was talking about. I swear I'm not going to make this take too long. It's just I'm curious at the beginning here if we can see. So we know he puts, so there's one to the left. Let's see. No, see, that just looked like one to the left again. So yeah, no, I was hoping, I was selfishly hoping there was a way for us to see if he was making 2 hot routes out to the left. Maybe he did them right at the beginning and I just missed it. But that was the streak on that slot and then the comeback on the outside. And it even looked like a drag on the tight end that time. So again, if you look at that play art, it all looks the same, but the actual play art is definitely differs from play to play. And again, going to the seams with the Texas route underneath, just a very, very difficult thing to try to guard. I have an idea. I have no idea if it would actually work. But if you came out in something like a 2-man under, for instance, but took your outside corners and put them in like cloud flats, I wonder if that would work. It should do pretty good against the comebacks. Then you'd have the seams manned up, and then your big responsibility would be that halfback on that angle route. Great defense that time by Rice. Just absolutely nothing, even after the playmaker. Nowhere for Fresno to go with that ball. Putting them at a 3rd and 11 here. See what they are going to try to cook up. Looks like we're going to be in some double mug on defense. Okay. I didn't see what... Oh, we had a mid-read in there. Okay, so Tampa 2 making it into a Tampa 3. Looks like he's going to try to watch the seam on the right. He does, but then the seam on the left. The double seams, man. It's up the seam, up the seam, up the seam. Such stress on your defense every single play. Fresno answers right back, 7-7. So let's see what Rice's plan of attack on offense is going to be this time. Taxicab had great success going to the running backs. That opening drive, now we expect Fresno to kind of adjust back into that a little bit. Goes back to the run. See, I like the runs, honestly, I do. Trying to get outside because we know Fresno's defense isn't very fast. And with him sending 6, if we can get outside that initial surge with a decently fast halfback like we got here with Quentin Jackson, I think I like the plan here of the Rice Owls. See, now we're going again, quick passes. I like this. Get a little seam streak in there to Dickman. Slants. You probably need to block one more person here just to get yourself enough time. Yeah. And see, there was a defensive adjustment too. I'm just going to call this out again because I know if you're watching this, you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, Fresno's just calling the same play over and over and over again. And he's not. It looks the same if you go back and look at it, but it's not. Like, watch this outside corner over here on the left. You know, if you look at the play art, he's manned up on this outside wide receiver. But he's not. He's coming down. He's playing his own. So again, it looks the same once we go back after this and flip. Now it looks like it was still pinch. But with the adjustments he's making, it is not the same exact play every single time. It keeps you guessing. It keeps you on your toes. That's what makes it so difficult. The one thing we're pretty much assuming, though, is there is going to be 6 coming. So we're going to see he moves that guy. So the other linebacker's blitzing. We got to get rid of it quick over the middle. Again, that outside corner on the left is sitting in his zone. One more time on that one. We'll see if maybe there's something we can do to take a little advantage of that here. Coming out in some trio. I mean, I definitely think what he's doing in terms of just getting rid of it quickly. So, see, now that time he did only send 5, but we find the flat out there on the right. It was all zoned out over on that side. Great read, great find by Shepard, great first down for Taxicab and Rice. Not panicking against the heavy pressure looks of Fresno State. And you would think an RPO would be really good there. You just need a block to hold. You just need, I think that's Dickman, number 6 there on Rice. Yeah, Dickman, we got to hold that block a little bit, buddy. But I really like that idea of the trip side RPO. Now, another thing Fresno will do is hard flat that defensive end on that side, if he's concerned about that, or if you're dumping it off to your halfback a ton. And that time, we actually picked up that blitz great, but our guys just kind of got steamrolled. But still a great quick read, getting rid of that ball fast, moving it down the field. I mean, very impressed by Rice and what he's been able to put together here. Now another run, probably thinking of trying to bounce this one to the outside would be my guess. Yep. See, Fresno, oh, flag. The Fresno team's just not very fast. I swear they tweaked something with the holding penalties in this game, by the way. There's so many more holding penalties than there have ever been. Going back to some Bunch X Nasty, and I don't know. I kind of like the idea of some more of the spread stuff to keep that defense more spread out in something like a 5-2 versus something like Bunch where everybody's closer to, you know, closer to the middle, closer together. I feel like makes it a little bit easier on the defense. But Rice has been doing well out of it, so who am I to, who am I to say? Staying in some Bunch here, going with the drag. This is a weird looking play. Rice has got cooked up. I like that he's keeping the streaks on the field. He potentially could have gotten that off to A. Maybe even X on that. I mean, if he didn't get smoked as he was trying to throw that, I do think he had X open. But I do think maybe a pass lead right could have gotten that on the streak to A. But I love the idea of keeping those streaks on the field, keeping that defense honest. You try to stretch him out a little bit. See if he keeps sending so much heat, eventually we got to get somebody deep, I would imagine. Be my thought process here. I was a little distracted there for a second. I apologize for if there was a weird cut in here. But I like this look of this play. Yeah, we'll see. Yep, blitz coming again, totally coming through untouched. And he's sending 6, I think every play but 1 so far. So I feel like we've got to just be trying to block that a little bit. I don't think we can be sending out 5 routes as consistently as Rice has been. That pressure is just going to be getting in so fast. And now Fresno with the ball back. We know what he's going to be trying to do. Let's see what Rice is going to try. Oh, no, we got a little something different here. A little trips Y over out of the Bulldogs. Let's see what we're going to be thinking here with Rice. I don't know what to expect out of this, honestly. A little cover 3 buzz. Are we keeping the match? We are keeping the match. It is a run play right there for it. Buzz match. Good run. I like that run defense. Having that safety coming down in the hook, I think helps your run defense a ton. Now we're going to some gun cluster specific to the Notre Dame playbook. So yes, he is definitely still in Notre Dame. Let's see. We're staying in cover 3. This is not match because those were curl flats this time. So let's see what he's got out of a little gun cluster. Gotta watch that drag. Yeah, it's essentially, oh, that's right to the user. What user defense by the Rice Owls. Follows the drag for just enough, then bails out, gets right back to that deep crosser. User pick, Rice takes back over. 6 seconds left in the first. Oh, he's missing his cane there, it looks like, on that walk. But he was still thrilled about it. I'm still happy with that. Unbelievable user defense. And again, take that run, try to get outside to the left. Love that idea. End of the first. Tie game. Great job so far by Rice. Yeah, I don't hate the gun doubles idea at all. I actually like this idea a lot. Block your tight end. Make sure your blocking set up. Shark halfback wheel, I believe, is going to be the call here. Now, wheel route on your halfback. I kind of love it. But again, we're sending out 5 routes. He's probably got 6 coming. Coming through the middle untouched. Yep, and again, he's zoned out. Whoa. Big boy 88 almost made an unbelievable play. But again, we saw him zone out over on that right side there. He put the hard flat out there. That outside corner was not manned up on anybody. He was just back playing a zone. And, I mean, you'd love to see your guy make that play, but that's an awful big boy to be out trying to get a pick 10 yards down the field. Now coming back with a little slip screen. I don't hate this idea either against the heavy blitz. And we again see we saw that same thing there. That end on the halfback side going out into a hard flat. So I think he's noticed, he's going to his halfback a lot. We got to try to watch that, try to take that away a little bit. Good job by Fresno to watch that. Now, are we going to try a 52-yard kick with Rice? 86 kick power? I think you could make, yeah, I think you could make this. It'd be close. You'd have to hit it pretty dang perfect, so I don't hate going for it just because it would take a nearly perfect kick to get it, but I don't know. I don't hate it. Now he's bringing his safety down. See, now we got that guy on the right. Oh, no. Okay. Looks like good blocking now. As long as the boys hold up. So now we drop everybody back, and I thought it looked like good blocking. Well, didn't it say that guy specifically? We just saw it pop up here. Because it's this guy that comes through untouched. Halfback. Yep. Halfback's supposed to be picking this guy up. Instead, Quentin Jackson will just stand here and look at nothing unless quarterback get absolutely blasted in the backfield. Tough luck for a Johnny Shepard there. Really tough luck for Rice. Now we're back in normal Y off. Fresno tried mixing things up a little bit on that last drive, threw the pick, and decided, you know what, let's just go back to what we know, go back to what we understand. Let's see how this match coverage is going to play. Out of a cover 3 shell, was this cover 4 match, it looked like? See, now we got the drag. Now we got people crossing the field, but the match does a fantastic job. Defense all over him here. Where again, I bet if we look at the previous play, that was probably seam angle, but we had the drag on the tight end. We had a post or something on our slot on the left. Goes back to what we've been saying about Fresno. Just because the play art, if you go and look at previous plays the same, that doesn't really mean a whole heck of a lot. Now we're back in some match coverage here. It worked last time. Why not? Now we get the post on the tight end. We got the angle on the... Yeah, see, both of those guys. You just kind of have to make a choice there and hope for the best. As, wow. Rice's own defender kind of was the bodyguard for Devon Rivers, taking that one into the end zone. It was, I mean, a similar play just flipped. We had the post on the tight end that time with the Texas route. Clear outs from left to the right. Those going back right to the left. Nobody guards those sometimes in that match coverage, and that's what you get. Devon Rivers, touchdown Fresno, jumping up ahead by 7 points here in the second quarter. And let's see Rice's plan of attack now. Down by 7, but obviously time not any sort of concern here. I don't even know why I bothered to say that, but that's how I think about a lot of things. What formation was that? Okay, a little U off, 2 tight ends. I mean, that's definitely seems to be a good idea to help block a blitz. So I don't hate that formation call. And that must have been the read option out of there. We're going back to some doubles. Okay. Okay, got the comeback. I don't remember what this play is called. But going ghost route, corner on the left. See, now we're zoning everybody out. Just take right over the middle. Go back to the halfback. Go back to what's been working, which is Quentin Jackson. That guy has been working overtime in this game so far. He is absolutely grinding against this Rice defense. Let's see what... Okay, so we're messing with some base protection. I like that. Find what's going to work to try to pick up this 5-2. I swear it's a half slide of some kind. And of course I can't remember. I should probably go into like practice mode and look. But I don't want to give you guys all the answers. Just you go figure it out. Go into practice mode, put your opponent in 5-2. Put them in pinch and find what blocks all 6 of them. I'm pretty sure it's a half slide of some sort. So we'll see if that defensive end is in a flat over there on the right again. He is, but he's still going to be a little too slow to keep up with the tight end on a route like that. And we actually get that slant coming in almost as a blocker on there. So that play actually worked out beautifully. I would love to see PA zone read. That is one of my favorite plays in this entire game. And it beats just every sort of coverage. I love PA zone read is so good. If you have it in your playbook, call PA zone read. Cancel play action probably. But PA zone read is unbelievable. We see that Fresno was playing for the quarterback keep, so we give it back to Quentin Jackson. Good read right up the middle. I mean, 6 attempts for 70 yards. Yeah, most of them came on that one play. But even through the air, Jackson has been awesome. Oh, a little branch return. I do love this play. I personally like it with a streak on X more than anything else. The user got right back to that drag. That's what makes it tough too, because he knows when he's sending pressure, you're going to be looking for those quick ones. So his user is going to be down on the quick ones. That's why I like that branch return. If we can wait in that return route on the outside right, should win on that. They don't always, but they should, because his user is going to be following that drag. And you should have some good stuff. See now... finds Quentin Jackson again on the Texas route. User bites down a little bit too far inside. Gets it right over the top of his noggin. Huge gain for Rice. Back into scoring territory here. Down to the 35. We've been here before. We got to finish this drive now. So we just turned off all auto protections, which I don't hate that idea. And again, it looks like they're picking that blitz up. And he is just running right on by the blocker. That's a couple times now. That's just unfortunate. I'm going back into some bunch of ace strong offset. Little dagger call. Let's see how he sets up his dagger. So he's blocking his tight end. Okay, he is getting his halfback out. I say, I'm hoping we're not blocking 7. That might be a little overkill. Then just take the quick one. Get the drag. Easy. 5. We take that. Now 3rd and 5. We're definitely in field goal range at this point. I mean, I think. I think we are. 3rd and 5. I don't hate. Ooh. I don't hate it. I'll throw that to Y. Oh, Or B. I didn't see B that open. Oh, what a spin move. Unbelievable spin move by Landon Ransom. Goals, whatever it is. He finds his way to the pay dirt. He finds his way into the end zone. Touchdown Rice. Nearly blocked that extra point. Oh my goodness. 14-14, and Rice is battling. Now we got to try to find some answers on defense. The only stop we've really gotten has been when Fresno was getting out of this normal Y-off. But in normal Y-off, we have had some struggles because he's been mixing up what he's doing. Really stresses pretty much everything on your defense. So we're going to be in some cover 4. Did we keep match? It looks like it. Yes. Cover 4, keeping match. Okay. Again, don't hate it. Have the QB spy out there. Okay. Drag on the left. Honestly, the defender did a great job getting down on that. Fantastic job getting down to catch that, tackle that drag. Keep him only to a gain of 3. Maybe match is the better thing to do, because really the only thing open on that was the Texas route. But Fresno also got that big bomb touchdown against match, so I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. Now the Bulldogs into some bunch strong offsets. Let's see what he is going to be going to here. Is maybe dagger? No, a pin pull toss. Ah, gosh, yeah. Notre Dame's got such good runs out of like every single shotgun formation. But again, defense rallies, keeps him to gain of 4. Now we got a 3rd and 3. Rivers, a very rare run play for the Bulldogs, getting his 2nd attempt at the game, 5 yards, and a score. Now we're into some bunch strong wide. All right, we're mixing up the play, mixing up our formations here a little bit. Just giving it to Rivers again. Oh, and the user gets in there. Looks like he's going to keep him short, but Rivers just, like a river over a stone, just keeps on flowing. Now we're in normal Y off week, so the halfback is actually on the opposite side of the tight end. We got a few more hot routes coming in here. Okay, we're putting a QB spy on the D end, which I don't know if we really need to be doing. Just because we know Fresno's quarterback's not very fast. He hasn't really looked to run at all with Jaden Mandel yet. So I don't know about that one. We're staying in normal Y off week. Going to be staying in nickel over for Rice. Little cover 3 cloud. Okay. Got to watch the seams. Goes to the option. Mandel pitches it to Rivers. Can he get the edge? He does. Oh, it looked like Rice was all over that. Like a chicken on a plate. It looked like it was all covered in rice. But he found the edge. Picks up the big first down. Minute and change left. Right about midfield. See Fresno. How aggressive are we going to get here? Because really, you do want to take the rest of this time if you can. But if we're going to have an option of a big play, we got to take it. Had the crosser on the left with a little drag. Playmakers him up. Still had him. I remember that one. I remember that play, seeing it now. That caused quite a stir in the Discord. Because this playmaker... Oops, let me get this back up again. Because this was ridiculous. This was a fantastic playmaker here. Really, I mean, should have had it right here. But that is what it is. So we playmaker him up. Right here. He's going upfield now. Wide open. Easy. Wrong button. Been here 1,000 times. I understand. I understand this. But then how do neither of these Rice defenders react? Against number 75. Against that big boy left tackle. Kyson Van Vogt. That sounds vulgar. But neither Rice defender reacts and lets the left tackle make that catch. I mean, it's pretty devastating. So we go back to a little run play to the backup halfback there, setting up a 3rd and inches. Down to 30 seconds. Nobody taking a timeout here. I think Rice is fine with this situation. They don't want to give Fresno. I mean, at this point now, Rice isn't really super concerned about getting the ball back and trying to score themselves. They're fine with this clock situation. Going with the QB draw, or QB blast right up the middle. Mandel. It's like sandal, but with an M. Takes it right up the gut, sets up the first down. Fresno takes a timeout now. 23 seconds, ball on the 36. Back to normal Y off. We know what we got to watch here. You almost want to set your just hooks to be a little bit deeper. That might not be a bad thing either. See, we're dropping everybody so far back now, though. What would be the thing to do on defense? I don't hate the idea of setting your hooks at like 15 or 20 to take away those seams, and then you take the mid read and come down to watching crossers or that Texas route. See, he's going seams, got the Texas route. Yeah, we just got to commit one way or the other. Because that was great defense on the seams, but then that leaves the dang Texas route right underneath. So 5 seconds left. 2 timeouts. Pistol wing. What in tarnation is this? It is... Oh, just setting up the field goal. Just getting himself right in the middle. Stadium Pulse on the road with these bad kickers. Make it as easy as possible. I get that. Just take your 3, take your lead, take it to half. I mean, I guess, like I said right at the beginning, very impressed by Rice. Hanging in there, figuring things out on offense. Doing what we can on defense. It's just such a pain in the neck offense to try to stop. And it will be Fresno starting with the ball here in the second half. We're switching our shell back to cover 3, which I don't hate for guarding the seams here either. But in over... Okay, we did switch that back to cover 3 here as well. Let's see. I mean, the match hasn't been too bad. And we're coming out and pissing you off trips, so we are mixing up our offense here a little bit. Always fun to see. Always like to see that. See what the answer is going to be for Rice. A little cover 1 and goes to the RPO. Big boy number 75, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. So much green grass in front of him. He's not going to outrun a soul with his, 68 speed or something like that. But Van Vugt that Rice defense on that RPO. Takes it for a gain of, I don't even know, a lot for a big man like that. Oh my goodness. Now back to you off trips. Now, I mean, I'm not thinking RPO here again, personally. If you want to keep running RPOs, that number 75, go for it, man. Run to his way, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. That's a lot of beef to have on your tight end. And 2 plays in now, we are down in the red zone, just like we saw in Rice's opening drive. Fresno now putting that pressure back on the Owls, trying to get this to a 2-score game early in the second half. Going back into some U-off trips. And we're going back to some cover 1, so we'll be manned up on the big boy tight end. Oh, is this the play I'm thinking of? We do have a stunt coming in, which I like against a pretty slow quarterback. Yeah, tries to hit number 75 on the crosser, which you gotta love that effort. You gotta appreciate going for that. The user, the CPU defender that was manned up on him got bumped out of the way. It looked like he maybe had some space, but quarterback Mandel underthrows that one a bit. Still missing the cane there for Rice. Gets the interception. That DJ Arkansas jumping in front of Van Vugt and taking the one back for Rice. And a huge swing in the game, going from the Rice 20, Fresno State looking to make it a 2-score game, to Rice now in Fresno territory, going back to the run with Quentin Jackson. Oh, I'm so close to that spin. So close to that spin, just working beautifully. But still a great run. Quentin Jackson's had an unbelievable day. 7 for 84 and a touchdown, not even including what he's been able to get done on the ground. Or not on the ground. That is what he's gotten done on the ground. What he's been able to do through the air. So now, okay, get Dickman involved a little bit. That's going to be tough. Just jet sweeps just are not good this year. Or jet touch passes, any jet. Whatever you want to, however you want to classify your jet. Just not as good this year. And with a user like Fresno, he's gonna have eyes on that. So now if we try something like a motion inside zone, maybe you get him to overcommit, you could get a run up the middle. I obviously wouldn't do it right away, but just something to keep in mind for the future. So we got a little motion mesh. I mean, nobody's out there on B. Unfortunate. Yet again, I feel like we've said unfortunate for Rice quite a bit, but we saw nobody following B to that outside left. There's nobody follows him over here. I don't know if he moved somebody. Oh, he starts following him and then stops. Goes back into his zone. I had B going right up the left. And still had that crosser, too. It's just, we still have Shepard in the game for now. I think that's pretty soon he comes out. But yeah, to miss that throw is just... That's brutal. Absolutely brutal. So now we got a 3rd and 14. But we are down by 3. So as long as we don't do anything catastrophic here, at least try to get our field goal, tie this game back up. 4 minutes to go in the third. 3rd and 14. What are we cooking up here, Shepard? What are we cooking up, Taxi Cab? A little slip screen? Okay, going to a dagger whip. Okay, which I don't hate. You kind of had the whip, you kind of had the crosser. There was a lot of just tight stuff, a lot of things kind of converging at the same spot there. It's 82 bumping into 6, and you had 7 for a second, but that gets knocked out. Just tough scenes. A few missed opportunities there for Rice to potentially, I mean, that missed crosser was just nasty, absolutely nasty. But the kick's up, the kick is good. We've got ourselves a tied game here in the 3rd quarter. Well, we had ourselves a tie game here in the 3rd quarter as Fresno State takes the kickoff just straight up the gut, untouched. Closest guy to him is the referee there, almost gets in his way. Fresno takes the kickoff right back. The swings in this game have just been unbelievable. From that interception where we tried throwing one to our left tackle tight end before DJ Arkansas picked it off, set up the tie game. Then to have that ensuing kickoff ran all the way back. Fresno right back up by 7. Rice coming back out in some trio, which I don't hate. Yep, fix our camera angle there. I like that. But again, we're sending out 5 routes. We only have 5 blocking. Pressure coming through so fast. But again, he's been on point with those quick reads, which we have to be against such a blitz-happy, heavy defense that Fresno State has been running, and Rice has been doing a great job just getting rid of that ball, getting it out there. I'm wondering, did we go speed option here? Because I don't hate it. Okay, verticals. That's fine. It's less fun, but it's fine. Finds the tight end. Again, backing up, buys just enough time. Get it to Gideon East. A huge gain for Rice. Right back almost to midfield here. And yeah, I mean, we just love what we're seeing out of Rice, attacking this super heavy defense. Now we get the speed option. I'm curious to see how this works. Okay, now we're in 3-4 tight on defense here too, by the way. So we do see a defensive change for Fresno. Cut it up. Yep, not much else you can do there. You just got to hope those blocks hold a little bit better, and you can find a gap. See, now we got Chase Jenkins in there. Rice is checking what the heck's going on. Where's Shepard? Where's my guy? It doesn't show he's injured. We don't see anything. How about injury report? Is he there? Nope, he's not. Wear and tear seemed fine. Everything seemed fine. He's just gone. Anthony Richardson tapped his head. Coach, get me out of here. I'm tired. I need to go. So we'll have Chase Jenkins in at quarterback for the rest of the game for Rice. And back in our UF trips. Back with our 2 tight end set. Let's see. Going to the read option. Okay. Keep it. Cut it up. Again, just unfortunate these blocks are not holding. That end on Fresno just leapfrogged over the blocker there. Right as he cut upfield. Like the second he cut that upfield. Just very unfortunate timing for that block shot. It looked like we had some decent room there. But we still got a 3rd and 3. And I don't know if Oregon State has any of those, like pin pull toss, any of those kind of runs that we saw Fresno do earlier. But against something like a 5-2, I don't hate it. But oh, that's right, we're in 3-4, which isn't all that different really. Goes to the quick out again, just bang, 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 get rid of it. Looked like his user was pretty close to being on that, but close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. So 1st down for Rice. And back into some gun doubles, even adjusted like his wear and tear settings to say grind it out, keep my guys in the game. Still no sign of a Johnny Shepard. Chase Jenkins sticking in it. Leaves the middle of the field wide open. Gideon East feeding on this Fresno State defense here recently. Another huge chunk down to the 13. 7-point game, 1.5 minutes left in the 3rd. Gotta finish this drive here, Rice. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? It's going back to the run. See if we can't get this outside to the left. Motion him across. Okay. Yeah, then those big boys up front of Fresno starting to make their presence felt here a little bit. Gets in there, pushes him back for a loss of 2. I did just see we do have pin pull toss at a bunch strong nasty. Wouldn't hate to see how that works against such a condensed defense like this. I mean, I feel like it's got to work. I feel like it would have to work. I like the little stem down corner there on Dickman. He's got him. We had Dickman on that. But again, on that solo side, seems to be where he likes putting like a hard flat or something on that corner just to help watch kind of those drags. And I don't know what he's doing with his deep safety. I haven't been paying that close of attention. But again, we got a little motion mesh, couple wheel routes, couple interesting things there. Going to the quick wheel, user flies out there, knocks that one loose. Now down by 7, are we going to take our 3 here? I suppose you should. On 4th and 12. Yeah, 4th and 12, I think you got to take 3, especially against a defense that's not going to give you really too much time to try to make a read down the field. So take our 3, get it a 4-point game. I like that. Now we see if Fresno is going to go back to the tried and true normal Y off, or back to maybe some pistol. I mean, we've seen quite a few different formations. Some more Y trips offset. So last time, I think it was this formation was just kind of an inside zone, little run up the middle. We'll see what it'll be this time. I'm still probably watching an RPO over to the left, just to be safe. Yeah, he does like those tight end RPOs too. Just gets out of that flat so quick. User cuts his way through there, gets a nice gain. Ah, man, those tight end RPOs are really good. Now we're back in Y trips offset. Probably not an RPO again. Might just be run up the gut. Let's see. It is another RPO, and and the slot corner comes so close to getting down there in time. Just a split second too slow on the pass to Gary Givens to the 3rd, but still keeps him to a gain of 1. Now we're back in Y trips offset yet again. I mean, this is not going to be an RPO to the short side. I would be shocked. I would be absolutely shocked if this is an RPO to the short side. No, just a normal. Again, that Texas route sneaking back out there. Holy, the absolute wood on him. By God, that's gotta be Kane coming down there to lay out the Fresno running back Devon Rivers. Forces the ball loose, gets the fumble recovery. Rice takes back over immediately, just about. Down by 4 with the ball at home. This is what we live for, Owls. Hooty hoo. Take advantage of this opportunity, boys. Come on. 9 seconds left in the 3rd. Ball on Fresno's 46. 3-0 versus 3-0. Down by 4. What is Rice going to cook up? Fresno back in their 3-4. I think it's 3-4 tight is the defense. He likes in multiple. 5-2 and 3-4 tight, I'm pretty sure. We take another 3-yard gain there for Quentin Jackson. Take it to the 4th. What a game. What a game. And Rice digging through the Oregon State playbook, trying to find some more answers for this Bulldog defense. Let's see what they found. I think we were back in trio 4 wide receiver strong, I think, which hasn't been a bad defense at all. And we got Fresno mixing up, or bad offense, and Fresno mixing up their defense here a little bit. Little halfback direct. And another one looked like potentially big alley opening up there, but we still take our 5. We're okay with that. Taji Atkins setting up a 3rd and short at the 38-yard line. Back to the read option here. Ooh, yeah, I think I like getting out of that. Do we go something quick? Oh, technical difficulties. Hold for 1 second. And we're back, just like that. So now, yeah, flipping back through our audibles. We are sticking with the read option. So let's see. Yep, he was staying put. Get the run. What block? Look at number 59. Big number 59 leading the convoy down the field, picking up the huge first down for Rice, down to the 22-yard line. 5.5 to go. Looking for the big upset here at home. I don't know why that Madden NFL 24 thing is showing up on the bottom left. Let's just ignore it. Let's just pretend it is not there. Going back to a run again, probably trying to pop this outside to the left. That seems to be kind of the consistent thing we've seen here. Gotta try to take that all the way outside, because there's just no help over there, right? If we can get away from that initial rush and get outside of it, which is kind of, I like the pin pull toss idea. I like that RPO read bubble idea. Just try to get outside because everybody's just so condensed on this defense. Is this a screen? Okay, I think we're audibling around here. Setting up some protection. It is another screen. User doesn't see it. Get those blocks set up. Go on, Quentin. Go on, Quentin. Have yourself a day. Quentin Jackson takes it for a gain of 8. 3rd and 3 now. Again, changing our base protection. Changing substitution strategies. I like it. Rice just keeps it moving, keeps trying different things. And, I mean, it's been working pretty dang well here. 3rd and 3. Ooh, if we did RPO read Y flat, I kind of think I love it. I think I like this a lot. Oh, his user does get down there, though. Oh, no. See, he's trying to, like, switch off. I think we stick with it, and we probably throw this. We should have him to throw it. Throw it, throw it. Yes. No, block. Block. Who was that outside on the left? Number 7. Oh, my goodness, buddy. I mean, we have room for days. Just hold that block on that guy. It's at least a first down, potentially more. Oh, but he just lets him run free. Another bad break for Rice, you feel like. Now we're going for it. 4 minutes to go, down by 4. Got to get rid of it. And that's why we put that flat there. That's exactly why we've seen him have that flat on that side again and again and again. To watch exactly that. Which kind of goes back to what I was saying. I think you got to spread this defense out a little bit more because he can just stay just from where he starts. If you just put him in a flat, he's right there. There goes my mouse cursor. He's right there to help guard that kind of stuff. It makes it tough. So now we're getting some drags, getting some playmaker stuff, but again, great defense by Rice. Absolutely nowhere for Fresno to go on that play. Gets the sack. 2nd and 11. Rice taking timeouts here. Maybe a little early, but I don't hate the thought process here. And we're seeing Rice have great success on the ground here. 112 rushing yards. Being able to occasionally bump those runs outside. Just huge to be able to do against a defense like this. Now some bunch wide. So again, we're rushing 3. We're getting a QB spy over there. Keeping... there goes Rivers. I mean, kept him short of the first down. But having the QB spy on the opposite side of the halfback, I personally don't love doing that. I'll almost always, if I'm going to QB spy the defensive line, it's going to be the guy above the halfback, because almost all the runs go opposite. So if like the halfback's on the right, chances are the runs are going to go to the left, and vice versa. So huge 3rd and 3 now, 3.5 to go. RPO again. The blocks didn't really hold up, but they held up enough for Fresno to get the first down on that. Rice has got to be boiling right about now. Thinking of the blocks his guys haven't held. Then Fresno's hold just enough to pick up that huge first down. 3.5 to go. No timeouts. This is why I don't hate burning them super early, though, because we still get the timeout. We still have a lot of time left. You got to get a stop. Obviously, I shouldn't have to say that. I probably shouldn't have said that. There was no need for me to say that. Crosser to the right. Yeah, just absolutely cooked him. I didn't fully see what defense Rice was in there, to be fair, but that's Gary Gibbons the third. Another reception. 4 for 48. Previous game, 14 for 179 and 8 touchdowns. I'm assuming that was a CPU game for Fresno. At least I certainly hope so. I'd hate to be the user giving up 8 touchdowns to one wide receiver. See there, I liked he had the QB spy on the guy above the halfback. I like that. And we keep him to a gain of 3 right at midfield. Going to be under 3 minutes by the time this ball is snapped. Let's see. Back to some more. Oh, so we got 4. I got to watch an RPO over to the left. Got to. And I thought he did. You may think I'm crazy. I'm going to back this up one more time. Try not to do it. But watch number 5 here. He's flying out there and then kind of stops right as he gets over that left tackle. It looked like he was zooming down there to make a play for it. Just stumbles a little bit there. Allows Fresno to pick it up. Under 3 to go now. Probably in field goal range. We got to just somehow keep him to 3 here. Somehow, some way. Back to that same formation. I'm probably still watching an RPO here. It is just a run. Finds a huge lane up the middle. Not Givens. That's the wide receiver. Rivers. Also having a very good day. Both these running backs. I don't think Fresno ran the ball until like the second quarter. But once he started running it, he's found some good success. Bunch strong offset. Last time this was pin pull toss. So we got to keep that in the back of our minds here. It is just going to be a run up the gut that time. Very good. Just gets his user right in there. Brings him down. 2-minute warning. So game's not fully over yet. We're out of timeouts, which isn't great. 40-second play clock. Best case scenario, we get this ball back down by 7 with 30 seconds left. That's our best case scenario. Back to bunch wrong offset. This might be pinball toss. This could be an RPO. It is. Those tight end RPOs, there's nobody goes out to follow them, but we do keep it to a gain of 3. So now we take 40 seconds off the clock. We stay in bunch strong offset. Yeah, well, turn that chew clock on. Let that tick on down there. And let's see what Fresno's going to cook up here. There's the pinball toss. There's the blocking. Cuts it back inside. Yeah. Sets him up for that spin move. Devon Rivers really took over this game when Fresno needed him to on the ground. He was always a receiving threat with those Texas routes. But the ground game is really what helped seal this for Fresno. Being able to run the ball like that, huge for the Bulldogs. 2-score game, minute 15 left. Great performance by Fresno. Great performance by Rice. Just a great game. Just really, really good game for both these guys. Because really, I don't feel like Rice made a ton of mistakes. Like, hardly at all. I think this game really came down to just a few times of Rice, the receivers not holding their blocks. Just really good block shedding by Fresno at the right times. I think Rice had a great plan for a defense like this, being able to get the ball out quickly to his guys, get it to his halfback, bounce those runs outside. I liked a lot of what we saw from Rice. It's just unfortunately those little things just didn't quite go his way. Shepard missing that wide open crossing route, the wrong button press by Fresno that Rice let the tight end catch. So there's a few things that if they went the other way, I think Rice wasn't going to be able to pull this off. Taxi cab. Very close to being able to win this game. Really, really, really strong effort. I was very impressed. Very, very impressed watching this. Because I know Miguel, Fresno State, very, very good player. Like, very good. And I'd never seen Rice before, so I didn't really know what to expect in this one. And I was came away very impressed. I think Rice is going to be a very difficult team for guys throughout the season. I'm actually watching them play their Week 6 game right now. He's playing against Marshall, who's also very good. 31-31, they just started the second half. But we're not going to see Rice again. You know, I don't want to do too many. I want to mix up our future games a little bit. We are going to see Fresno again soon, just because in Week 7, I think they are in by far like the standout game of the week. And it's going to be huge for their Mountain West Conference. So I think we're going to be seeing Fresno again. We're going to do 2 game of the weeks for Week 6. We're not going to have an ODU game for Week 6, but we should for Week 7 against Buffalo and their super fast offense. It's going to be very annoying. And then probably after that, we'll do the game of the week. So we'll have a bit of a buffer between Fresno State and then next Fresno State. They'll be going against Utah State for Week 7, which is going to be a massive game. We'll see. Maybe Rice can get one more on the board here just for fun. But this one is over. Fresno State gets the big victory. Starts the season off 4-0. And Rice, I mean, 3-1. Nothing wrong with that. Great performance by both these guys, like I said. Very interested to see kind of how everything plays out in the Mountain West. And Rice is in... They're in one of the conferences. They're not in the American or Mountain West. They're in Conference USA or Sun Belt. I don't remember. But yeah, I think Rice is definitely going to be a team to watch as the season goes along here. And of course, Fresno State. Wouldn't be surprised if we see them maybe even one more time. I bet we'll see Rice one more time as the conference races tighten up towards the end of the season. But that is it for our Week 4 game of the week. We'll be back either tomorrow or the next day with our first Week 6 game of the week. Then we'll have another Week 6 game of the week. Then we'll be caught up for the most part. We'll have our user game in Week 7, and we'll have a Week 7 game of the week. So hope you guys enjoy that one. I will see you next time. Until then, take it easy.